So guys, today I'm riding the BMW R1250 RT. I hope you can understand me. This is the first time I'm gonna do this kind of a motorcycle review. Today my BMW GS is at the dealership for some maintenance. So they gave me this brand new 1250 RT. So I thought, why not just plug in a microphone to my GoPro and try to review this beautiful bike. So let's talk a bit about the engine. The engine has 136 horsepower, which is actually more than enough. This bike doesn't require more power than this. It has a shitload of torque, so if you come out of the corner and you just open the throttle, there is like an immediate response, which is really nice. I had driven 4 cylinders before that really didn't have this feeling, so and that's pretty cool. Like here, just open the throttle and it will just launch you. That's really nice. Quick shifter is especially nice in high RPMs, but in low RPMs as well. I tried it with, I'll try it again when I do 2500 RPMs and I use the quick shifter. It works perfectly fine as well. But now I'm in 4th gear, 2500 RPMs, bam, 5th gear, and you don't even feel it hesitating. So that's quite nice. Also the blipper function, I will not use the clutch, just works in all the RPMs actually. You don't even feel it like picking up or anything. It's really smooth. It's a nice function. It sounds a little bit like it's for a racetrack, or you need it only on a sports bike, the quick shifter, but in fact it just it's one less thing to do when you're riding. So on a touring bike, it just makes your ride more comfortable. So I don't see why you shouldn't pick the quick shifter on a touring bike. This bike is equipped with the adaptive cruise control, so that's actually pretty cool. I never thought I would really like this, because I tried it on cars before and then I was always a little bit hesitating, because on a highway, for example, when a car is coming in front of you, it automatically brakes pretty quick. But I can see if you use the bike for like going to work or things like that, where you have just boring straight roads, then it's pretty nice to have the adaptive cruise control. You can just put it at 55, and when the car in front of you will go 50, it will just brake automatically. Works pretty good. That's a nice function. As you can see here, the bike is equipped with adaptive cruise control. So my cruise control is set at 77 kilometers an hour, and it's only going 63 because it's following the cars in front of me. With this button on the handlebars, I can adjust how far the distance between the car and me. So if I go only the 1 block, then it will accelerate and go a bit closer to the car. So this is a distance with 1 block. I think it's safer if I will put it like 2 blocks or something. It's like nicely in the middle. In case the system fails, I at least have some time myself to grab the brakes. So I hope it doesn't fail, but you never know. It feels a little bit strange in the beginning when you're not used to this. When you're riding on roads like this, you really feel that the bike is at home. You can have some other bikes, and if you're going on a straight road like this, you'll have the feeling that you just want to accelerate or do some wheelies or do some crazy shit. On this bike you can just put on the cruise control and go for it. amazing. It's really good. You don't have to worry about the car in front of you and that you have to click with the cruise control. The car will just brake by itself. It's really good. I don't know if I will shift with the quick shifter that the cruise control will stop. I will try right now. Nope, it will just keep going. So it's the same as a normal BMW cruise control. You can keep using your quick shifter. So that is pretty cool. If you start at the traffic lights, you can just already reset your cruise control to the previously set speed and just shift everything with the quick shifter. That's pretty cool. As you can see, the bike has a nice big windscreen. You can adjust it with a button. I have to say, this windscreen for a normal stock windscreen, it's really good. It works pretty fine. I'm mostly out of the wind. Don't really feel the wind buffeting around my helmet. I used to have a BMW 1100 RT and an 1150 RT, and those stock windscreens were significantly worse than this one. So really happy with this windscreen. Also, just the protection that you have with your legs on the bike itself. It's nice behind the plastics. It doesn't get too dirty. If you compare it to a GS or a naked bike, for example, this bike you can really ride in the rain and don't get too wet. You don't have the water from the roads splashing onto your legs or your shoes. So that is actually a very nice thing. Also on the back, your jackets on a naked bike or other bikes, you will a lot of the time have that the mud just splashes on your jacket. With a bike like this you don't really have it, so that's a nice thing. Only this bike right now is not equipped with the boxes, so the mud is splashing a little bit more on your legs than what it would do with the box installed. So that's a small thing. If you see the big nice windscreen, RT colleague over here, if you see the big nice screen, it's the same as actually every modern BMW. Now the language is in Dutch, so you can see you have my motorcycle, where you just have some general info and some like tire pressure info and statistics, which is actually pretty cool that you can just see it. And then over here you have the navigation. You don't have a real map, which is kind of stupid because of the big screen. It would have been nice to just have like a Garmin or TomTom system integrated into this. So that's a little bit silly, but yeah, you can still load in the GPX files in your phone, and then it will connect to the system, and you can still ride a nice track if you want. And it works. I used it before on the GS. It's a solid system. It works. You have the media. You can listen to your music or podcasts. With the phone, you can just choose to who you want to call. So it works pretty fine. And then the last tab is settings. I believe you cannot adjust anything when you're riding. Oh, assist. What is this? Here you can change the settings of the suspension and those kind of things. You can also change the dynamic adaptive cruise control. So I can put the adaptive cruise control off and just use it as a normal cruise control. That's actually a nice function. I didn't know it was available. So that's cool. Like on this bike you have a few different throttle options, or rider modes. eco mode and rain mode and road mode, dynamic mode. I usually only go for the dynamic mode, except when it's raining really hard. You can really feel that the throttle responses, they really change a lot. But I like the dynamic mode. The throttle response is so nice, so good. If you compare this to the 1100 and the 1150 series that I owned before, wow, that's a big difference. This is really good. Also, you can, if you want, you can rev match yourself. That's something that wasn't possible with the older bikes. You were always or too late or too soon, or it just felt like counterintuitive if you wanted to do it. So that's something that that's a lot better on this bike than on the old bikes. Never ridden with 1200 series, so I cannot say how the throttle responses felt on that bike, but the bike is equipped with the Michelin Road 6 tires, which is a very good tire in my opinion. I also have it on my GS. It's a really good tire, especially when the roads are a little bit wet. It gives a lot of just a comfortable feeling, good response. You normally don't really feel the tire slipping and sliding, but the moment when you do, there is still some reserves, because some tires you can have the moment when you start feeling something like some slipping and sliding, it will just throw you off, and that's not the case with these tires. So that's a good choice. I'm not sure if this is the standard tire on this bike, or if they put it on after, but it's a good choice. I think if you have this kind of touring bike, the Road 6 is always a safe choice to go for. I think last time I switched my tires on the GS after 10,000 kilometers or something, so that was 10,000 kilometers of very sporty riding and going on holidays with it. So 10,000 kilometers is not too bad for a tire like that. I think if you just behave yourself and don't go too quick, or don't just after every corner just pin the throttle, I think you can easily do 15,000 kilometers with a set of Road 6s, so that's pretty good. I just noticed that it's impossible to do a wheelie with this bike, or at least when the traction control is enabled. As you can see, when I want to pull with the clutch, it just ignores my inputs. Before that, traction control lights will go on. So yeah, that's not possible. I expect if you just disable the traction control, it will allow you to do everything you want. But I will not do this with this bike since it's not mine. I don't wanna destroy it. Don't wanna risk anything. Here will be some road track and go a little bit quicker. Let's see. Let's have some corners. It's a really nice bike in the corners as well. Try for the gravel. And it's really nice. It's actually a real sports touring bike. They just call it tour, but I think it's closer to a sports tour than a pure tour bike. Like if you have this on a mountain road, you're the fucking king. Quick, it's agile, the brakes are good, quick shifter is nice. There's not a whole lot you can say about this bike. perfect, I think. These are the nice Belgian country roads. Always the quality of the asphalt is not too good. That's also typically Belgian. But it's nice to ride here. Normally there's not a whole lot of traffic. So that's cool. You see, everybody has respect. They go out of the way. They see, oh, you're a motorcycle. You don't wanna ride in the gravel here. So they will just they will give you some space. Nice. It's a good country to ride, Belgium.